everybody, and welcome to Misfit Animal Ranch and Wild Adventure Zoo. I want to start getting into doing more like YouTube videos with some education because that's kind of what we're all about. That's what we want to try to be about, and I'm really bad at it. So bear with me as I learn. But today I figured we'd go through a little bit about our feeding, which I've gone through a couple times before, but today I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit more about what we feed for the inside animals and some of the outside animals, but mostly just the inside animals. So let's turn around. Okay, so we have two fridges now because the capybaras eat a lot of greens, especially while they're inside. So we're trying to bulk them up. So I just loaded the fridge. That's our employee sodas. And then, so that's the fridge. It's half full of greens and corn. We just got our delivery, and there's some kale, and then we have a little bucket full of other things. So we do rats and mice depending on the size of the snake and or lizard, and the same thing with egg. This is just a little bit left over. We had some chicken that we cut up. We can either boil it, or I like to roast it or pan fry it because it tastes a little bit better, even though you're not adding anything extra. They seem to like it a lot better than just boiled. We got a little bit of pineapple, peaches. Then we got canned peaches. Sorry, video cut off. They're all natural. This is lettuce. It's romaine. Romaine has more lettuce or more goodness, more nutrients than iceberg. Iceberg's all water. So this is Budweiser's because he's the only one who gets chopped up. So we do that. And then we do have some other things in here like grasshoppers to try to feed some of the animals if they're interested in that. These are called Reptilinks. So some of our animals like the tegus, the lizards, they need to eat greens and some fruit, and then they need the powdered supplements like the vitamin D's and the multivitamins, and they refuse to eat them. So what we do is we actually purchase them from a company that makes these into little sausages. Now you can make it all yourself, but that is a lot of work, and we just don't have the time to do it. So we purchase them from a company, and we get this one. I think has rabbit in it, as well as eggs, and then it's got greens, and I think it's got blueberries, and then it has all of their multivitamins that they need as well. And then they can get these every couple days as well, usually about 2 to 3 times a week because they eat every other day. And then here's some more rodents and some more rodents, and then we have other little things. This is actually insulin in case we ever need insulin. It probably honestly has gone bad by now. Oh no, it's still 7, but usually insulin does not last very long. However, for humans, for animals, it has a longer shelf life. Even though this is a human variety, it does work fine in animals and a longer time. And then we have some random stuff that we might need later that just happened to be open. This is an omnivore diet that is, in case somebody needs it who's not eating. It's a powder that turns liquid when you add water to it, like a mush. And then somebody had medical drops at one point that had to be refrigerated, so that's all in this this little thing right down here. Now that's just your ready to use stuff. That's just the stuff that we have that's ready to be used at any given time right away. Then we have stuff that is like in our freezer as well. And don't mind the floor because it's a hot mess. So in the freezer, we have a couple things. So here's more of those Reptilinks that we have. We buy them in lots of bulk. And then these are all of our rodents in varying sizes. So we have those hoppers, which are the ones that are about the size of my thumb that you saw earlier. These are called hoppers. We get those. These are probably mostly all hoppers up here. We go through a lot of hoppers. So we have probably majority of these are hoppers. These are pinky mice. Those are those tiny ones that are kind of like half the size of my pinky that you saw. And then we have the ones for our snakes. These are for our larger snakes who will get larger and larger animals as they grow. These are the largest rats that we can get our hands on. And they are frozen. But these are the big boys. Then we have some medium ones that are for the smaller snakes. Then we have for our axolotls, theirs are frozen too. These are called bloodworms. What we do is we take these little containers, I don't know if you can see them in there. Probably not. They're kind of hard to tell. Sometimes you get a good spot, I think right there. You might be able to tell that they're all little worms. And they're called bloodworms, and once they're unfrozen, they turn into little worms, and they're dead. They're frozen. So, but they get defrosted, and then they love to eat those. Now for Coconut, she needs a whole bunch of vitamins as well. And while she does, you've probably seen her eat a good cockroach or whatnot. She gets her own, which we actually have to make some more, but we make it, it's a powder. It's for for sugar gliders. And it is a powder mix. Let's see if we can find it in here. So it's a powder mix. For her, it has all of her nutrients that she needs. And we give this to her 2 to 3 times a week as well. And what we do is you mix it up with water, and then it turns into kind of a pasty liquid. And then we put it into the ice cube trays, and then we freeze it. And then we can pull it out anytime we need it the night before. And then she can have it. Now with Tamarind, he is our crested gecko. He gets this. We actually have a couple different flavors. This one is just with insects. And then this one's our special one for him, which is watermelon. He does like it a lot. And this is his diet. And it's the same thing. It's a powder that gets mixed up with water and turns into kind of just like a squishy, I don't even want to say gel. It's like, just kind of like pudding almost. And he eats that. So moving on. Okay, so now that we have actually the new goat, the goatie, oh, we're gonna have to move. Uh-oh, we figured out something she's gonna get into. Stuffed animals. You eating a tag or a whole stuffed animal? This is what happens when you have a goat inside a house. You goofball. So because she's in here, we do have some goat food. We do have milk replacer in case she needs it. She is off of hers, but milk replacer, it's goat milk replacer. Kid is goat milk replacer. We have some treats for her and stuff. It is a hot mess in here because we are putting everything away. And then we keep these couple stuff over here. We have rodent food, which is for the capybaras. And then we have general food, which is for when we do our when we fill up our cups and stuff. But then we also, I have another box of rodent food. And then the babies who are inside right now. So the rodent food, I shouldn't say it's rodent food, it's rabbit food, which is technically also rodent food. But, and then we have our tortoise food. Right now it's over here for Mr. Pistachio. Pistachio. Hi, baby. What are you getting into? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And then for, obviously, we have such a different variety of animal that you never know what you're going to need. So we have a little bit of everything. So, of course, we have our cat foods and stuff like that. But we also have roaches, which we have a couple here. One of them is about to have a baby. It's an egg sac right there. And then we have our worms, which a lot of our reptiles eat. Let's see if I can get it to, there we go. Let's see, there are tons and tons and tons of worms. We got a yelling goat in the background. She wants attention. That's pretty much all that's in there. And then we have our other roaches, which I think we put in the dark room. So we have more roaches that we feed the animals. And then we have what we call our breeder roaches, which are our roaches that are large and are breeding for our smaller ones. You can see them. So that's pretty much a good range of what we have here. Of what we have here in the gift shop itself. That's just in the gift shop. That's just for these animals. Then we have all the animals down at the bottom. That's a whole nother one. So I'll go into that video later, another time. I hope that this was not too fast-paced, but educational and not too boring as well. I hope you guys like us. Don't forget to like our page and Facebook and YouTube and subscribe to our like 47 videos. I'm sure we have like a We probably have like over 1,000 videos. Some of them are super short, cute little ones that we just do off of our trail cam, and some of them are a little bit longer ones. And I hope you like it, and we'll talk to you next time.